If you've been waiting for confirmation, here it is. The life you've always dreamed of is yours, but it's only possible by faith. That vision, that business, that family, that dream, that goal. This is where it starts. You can have all the passion, but if there's no faith, you risk losing everything. This is your life, your dream, your goal, your faith strut. Don't wait for others to start. This is where it starts. If you believe, you have the victory. Now let's strut.
Yo, what up, guys? Welcome to the show, and we back and we ready. Yeah. I'm so excited because for our very show, the edition that we have today, we are kicking off our marriage edition with this poppin' couple right here. This poppin' couple, y'all see? I don't even have to say because they already look. Y'all see this right now? They look dope. They look like amazing. So we have John and his wife, Sha'Pella. Give it up. Yes, she is beautiful. And we're going to talk to them about life, marriage. They've been married and going for 2 years. Yeah, right now. So we're going to talk to them all about that. We're going to dive into it and we'll be right back. Family, I want to officially welcome you to FaithStrut. This is a faith-charged community. It's a family for us, for people like us who have been through stuff, who may not know how to get out of the situations that we're in, hopeless, lost, depleted. And this is the channel. This is the place to be restored. This is the channel to get your freedom, to get your hope in every area of your life. I want you to stay tuned to this episode coming up right now because it's about to be transformational. And better yet, comment down below what you feel like God is about to speak in your life because He's speaking to you even right now. How did you guys meet?
So I saw her and at first glance, I was like, wow, she's really beautiful. So after church, I was like, let me make it my mission to go, find out her name.
Mission.
Right. So after church, I walked up to her. She was talking to her friends. And I was like, what's your name? Hey, how you doing? My name is John. What's your name? And she was like, Sha'Pella. And just turned around and that was it. Like complete disregard, mad. It felt a little rude, cold, but I was like, all right, cool. Just leave it at that. Got your name. That's good enough. I'll do my research.
Wait, hold on. I've seen a lot of guys not even go up to women if they're interested.
That's true.
He was on a mission.
Right.
Because he saw what he liked. He saw what you liked, right?
Yeah. And
you were on a mission to go find out who this woman was, and you asked her name, and you weren't even let down by her.
Yeah. I mean, it comes with the mission. So she would come to church every Sunday and just leave right after. So
made it hard.
Like real hard. She would just bum rush herself out the door. One Sunday, I was like, all right, let me just wait around the exit. And I was playing with a kid and I knew she was coming, so I put the kid in the way a little bit. I'm not gonna say whose child it was So I was just playing with the kid and I kind of put her in the way as she was walking and she bumped into the baby. And I thought that would kind of slow her down, and probably, hopefully it could start a conversation. But she was just like, oh, so sorry. Ooh, gotta go.
Where were you going, Sha'Pella? I just had a life. I usually had stuff to do afterwards. Meetings, work. I didn't linger.
Because the rest of us didn't have a life.
No.
Right. She's like, hi. She got a life.
Was marriage anywhere on your radar? Were you like thinking about it? Were you praying about it?
That's a deep question. So my whole life I've never not envisioned myself married. I had just gotten out of a 5-year relationship.
Yeah.
So marriage was like on my mind, but there was also a lot of like healing trying to happen at that time, and whereas like getting back together with the other person and all this kind of stuff, and I thought this was going one place and it wasn't.
Right.
So him not being on my radar was strictly because I was worried about something else.
Yeah.
So I didn't notice him.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that he was strategically around me or trying to have a conversation.
Right.
Because my mind was preoccupied.
You were just focused on like, I need to be here in church. I need to get like this healing from this relationship. That makes sense.
Right.
Did you pray something? Like, I feel like at the end of your 5-year relationship, maybe you prayed for like a sign or like, God, if this is the right relationship.
So, I mean, I can get into this. It's a story. There's a story that came with this.
Come on, girl. And John, we haven't forgotten.
No, you good.
We'll come back to you. I had a conversation with my ex on the phone. Because he, we did stuff great. Some stuff was wrong. Like, so we were living together. Just things that we shouldn't have been doing. Yeah. I had a conversation with him because he had to come pick up some stuff. Mm-hmm. And that conversation that we had, we did a final, like, this is it. We're not getting back together. We should give us some luck. Pray for you, God be with you. And that was hard. On that day, our church was having prayer night. And so right before prayer night was this conversation.
Wow.
And so when I hung up the phone with my ex, I felt like the enemy immediately come to me like, now you wasted 5 years.
Wow.
Now you're back by yourself again. Look where you are. How embarrassing. All the things like just like lies pouring in my head, and so I'm just like feeling lower and lower. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to prayer tonight. That's what I'm gonna do. And so I went to prayer that night, and when as soon as I was like walking into the doors, like right before I walked into the doors, I heard like the enemy say like, "You're by yourself. You're an orphan. Like no one cares about you." Wow. And then when I walked into our church, the person leading prayer night was reading a scripture, and she literally said the words, "And God will not leave you as an orphan."
Yes.
And so then, like, I burst into tears, and then so I sat down, and I was crying, and I heard God say, and I'm very, very particular. I don't always go around saying God said, because I don't ever want to lie on that.
Yeah.
But I literally heard God tell me in that moment, He was like, "Sit here, cry it out, and don't cry about it anymore."
Yes!
So I cried. I cried the whole service, and then the more I cried, the better I felt. I didn't feel as alone, bowed down. Wow. I just like really got it out. What I didn't know was that in the prayer meeting, John sat behind me. So it was that after I did the crying and I did the praying, and God was like, "Just leave me here."
Hold on. What happened? What just happened right now? This is crazy. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back real quick.
The Discover You Purpose Training Institute was created to provide a platform for the people who have been called to influence on this earth to be seen. A 7-week training course will provide you with the faith, the skills, the tools, and resources to bring your business, your brand, or your ministry to a place of power. Get ready to experience something more than what you imagined. Registration is now. Click the link below to register and receive full power.
Listen, this is just the beginning of the transformation that's beginning to start in your life. But don't let it stop there. I want you to get your hands on this book, because when you start to tap into this book, God is going to start showing you stuff that you didn't even know was stopping you from fulfilling your purpose and your destiny. And when He does that, there are worksheets in there. There are purpose-driven mission statements. So begin this journey with the FaithStrut book. God is about to blow your mind when you tap into everything that's inside of this. So don't stop your journey right now. Click the link on this screen or right below this video. I love you. All right, now back to the show. Welcome back. We are here on the show. First of all, I've never heard this story. This is my first time hearing this story. But I just have to say that you were willing, like you heard the voice of the Lord.
Oh yeah, you have to just do what he said.
Because you could have held on to that relationship. You could have like held it in your heart.
It would have been the most toxic thing in the world. It was already toxic. And not a bad person. He was not a bad person. Yeah. He actually said, God told me you're not mine and that I had to let you go. I could have fought him on that, but I needed to trust that he was hearing what God was telling him and believe that. And that allowed for a lot of closure. Like, if God told you this, then I'm not going to force it. And I'm grateful that he shared that with me. But fast forward back to this. John was sitting behind me. I didn't know. That was a Tuesday. 2 days before that. Like I said, I'm new to this church. And so everybody now is asking to be my Facebook friend. John was one of those people. He asked to be my Facebook friend. So I approved him. And you know how like on Facebook, it shows you if somebody likes something, it'll say so-and-so liked your picture.
Right.
His name kept popping up. That happened once. It happened again. And something inside me was like, you should say something to him. Promise. And I was like, I would never go.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of the TV show God Friended Me. I've only seen like I've only seen like a couple of episodes, but it's how God even uses social media.
Right.
Something was like, you should say something to him, and I didn't. I just ignored it. I write a post, and the post says, I've never been so excited about my future, or something very like pro-life.
Yeah.
And John likes it first. Or you commented. Something happened where he's like,
don't make me sound creepy.
No,
we're not
like I'm Facebook.
You weren't. But he commented on it. It was like a few of my friends were like, yeah, girl, you're glowing, da, da, da. But he commented. And when he commented again, I was like, so this is the third time I'm seeing this. So I actually responded to him. Like, you can still see it on my thread. I responded to him and said, you know what, hey, you get a chance, can I talk to you? And he was like, sure.
Wow.
So I was like, okay. But I didn't have his number. I don't know him. So I didn't have a way. So the only way I could was clearly through Facebook. So I sent him a message, which is very unlike me. If you know me, I was like, hey, I need to talk to you in a second. He was like, sure, hear me out. And I sent him a message and said, I'm not sure why, but I feel like I'm supposed to speak to you or say hello to you.
Guys.
And he said, wow. He was like, that's crazy because I kind of felt the same way, but I didn't want to be a creep.
So beautiful.
And then we got married.
How much are we concerned about relationships that God has not ordained?
Listen.
When God has our gift and our blessing right behind us, right? Literally.
Yeah.
And I mean, your years were not wasted.
Right.
Your years
but then
were
I
not
see this
wasted.
now.
Because God had a redeemer.
Yep.
Right there. And your redeemer was patient. Because a lot of men are not patient. I mean, I hope a lot of men are patient. But John was patient.
I was also a mess.
You were also a mess. But what? Okay, so
I was also a mess. I was talking to somebody that
why you were going after Sha'Pella?
Not while I was going. So when I saw her, I was in a relationship that was ending. So we ended the relationship, and I was kind of talking to somebody I wasn't supposed to be talking to.
Yeah.
But I was trying to see if it could work. Something could happen, and I realized as time was leading towards the pregnant night, so kind of around March, April, I'm like, yo, this is
wow.
I'm like, great person, but God is not moving in this area. Like, I don't really feel at peace. And the night that we were at church, I sat behind her. Part of my intention to sit behind her was like, all right, not to be creepy hearing what she was saying, but like I just want to observe. I just want to see who this person is, because they just kept it was like a strong impression, like just to be around her.
Wow.
And because I made so many mistakes in the past of just rushing into something new, I was like, I just want to observe. I'll be patient and watch. I'll just observe. So that her confirming what she felt in Facebook messages was like, for me, all right, God might be moving in this space.
Wow.
But I still wasn't, full gung-ho, like, oh, it's gonna be my wife.
Right. So what made it go to that point?
By July, he had a conversation. He was like, so I want to talk to you. how do you feel about us pursuing this towards marriage? So this is when he was like being real intentional. So I was like, well, hopefully towards marriage. And he was like, I agree. But then we set parameters. So he was like, so if we're talking about getting married, we need to put some things into place. He was, at that time, he wasn't working full time. He was working part time. And he was like, what do you think we would need? And I was like, well, I think we need to be working full time in order for us to do this. And we laid out some other things. And so he said, well, I'm still in school trying to figure out what to do. He was like, but if really the job is the part that we were most concerned about, he was like, so let's pray and ask God for provision for that to see if this is where we should pursue.
That's good.
So we prayed.
I'm sorry.
We prayed that night. And actually, I led that prayer. So I was just really like, no, God, if this is the direction you want us to go, please provide a way for him to get a full-time job, all these other things. That was at night. I'm not lying. Probably like 6 or like 7 hours later,